What's good, y'all? This is the kid, DC Wrestling, back once again with another one like always, man. Yeah, awesome ending to AEW All In, London 2024, man. What a show it was, man. But want to start off with the biggest topic coming out of the show, definitely. Bryan Danielson finally did it, man. He finally has won the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Swerve Strickland. What was an incredible main event, I got to tell you. And heading into it, I was like, it didn't matter if it was Swerve or Danielson. Like, it was just one of those matches where it was just like, you don't know who's going to win. But it was a dope moment, man, seeing Danielson win, his family being there and, his BCC guys joining in the ring with them, along with his family, confetti and pyro going off. Like, it was just an all around, just a great way to end AEW All In. And well deserved. I mean, Danielson is in the final stages of his career, obviously, so he needed to win the AEW World Title. If he wasn't gonna win tonight, then he was just never gonna win the title at all. And Swerve, you know, Swerve had his run, and you can even say Swerve had a pretty good run as AEW World Champion, and this doesn't necessarily affect him any way, shape, or form. But so that was a really good main event match, though. Rest of the show was pretty good. Jack Perry defeated Darby Allin to retain the TNT Championship in the coffin match. Match is pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you. The match went by really fast. Like, so when it ended, I was like, "Yo, the match is over like that." But Jack Perry won. There was a moment in the match where Jack Perry poured out the glass, and you had the FCM Punk chants, which is crazy because this was at the same event where the whole altercation happened with Jack Perry and CM Punk last year. But Sting came out because he came out after the match to attack Jack Perry and the Young Bucks. So, that was a really cool moment seeing Sting. We hadn't seen him since Revolution. So to see him out there tonight or this afternoon really was, really cool to see. Now, we get Mercedes Monet. She defeated Britt Baker to retain her TBS championship. Yeah, so this match, I ain't gonna hold you. This match was not all that. Like, this was definitely, just when you're just coming off the heels of a pretty good match between MJF and Will Ospreay, it's kind of hard to follow that in a sense. I mean, Mercedes Monet and Britt Baker tried, but in the end, it just didn't. It just didn't click. The crowd wasn't really into it. I wasn't really into it. And it felt really sloppy, especially towards the end. Like, it was like Britt and Mercedes Monet just didn't click. You know what I'm saying? And you can say that this was like one of the big matches for Mercedes Monet coming to AEW, but her beating Britt was honestly the right call. I don't even know what you do with Britt after this, but Mercedes Monet obviously continues her reign as champion. And then Will Ospreay defeated MJF. This was a really good match. Heading into it, I was like, man, I wonder how they're gonna do it. I wonder how MJF and Will Ospreay are gonna be able to pull off, because they wrestled 60 minutes last time. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull it off this time, but they were able to do it. Will Ospreay was able to beat MJF. He finally hit the Tiger Driver. Um, we saw the appearance of Daniel Garcia. We hadn't seen him since MJF took him out. And so, Daniel Garcia and MJF are going to be the next feud, looks like, while Will Ospreay continue his feud as the American or the All Atlantic champion or the international champion. Christian Cage won the Gauntlet match. Yeah, that kind of came out of left field. I ain't gonna hold you. Christian Cage winning was not on my card. I originally thought Hangman was gonna win. But it was a really good match, don't get me wrong. We saw the return of Nigel McGuinness coming back. Nigel McGuinness, all these years, man, you thought, okay, he ain't coming back. He's doing his commentary gig. He's doing a really good job at that. There's just no way he's coming back to wrestle, and he did. And the fact that he was able to come back in his home country was really dope. Him and Zack Sabre Jr., two British London guys wrestling, on their home turf together. So, that was a big moment for them, even though they didn't win the match. And then I already made a little video about it, but, Ricochet debuted, officially made his AEW debut. So, we'll see what he does in AEW. But Christian Cage will most likely be Bryan Danielson's first opponent, whether unless they do that match at Grand Slam or they do that match at, All Out, which is like a week away from now or something like that. So, we'll see where they go with that. Young Bucks retain their titles in the Triple Threat World Tag Team title match. Player for the AEW tag team titles, it was all right. I wasn't bad. I did say FTR was gonna win, but Young Bucks ended up winning. So I can't really say much more about that. But Young Bucks are still the tag team champions. Hook defeated Chris Jericho to win the FTW World Championship. I hope this is it. I really hope this is the end of the Hook and Chris Jericho feud. Chris Jericho and this Hook feud has been going on for far too long. And Jericho, I've been saying it for months now. I'm going to keep saying it. This dude needs to take a break from AEW. So hopefully, maybe after All In, he can take a break and be gone for like the next 6 straight months, maybe even a year at best. But knowing how Chris Jericho is nowadays, I don't know. I low key doubt it, but from a match standpoint, I wasn't feeling it, and I don't think nobody was. I saw this picture online, and I don't know if it was a joke or not, but it said that there was a long line of people at the bathroom during Chris Jericho's match. So that should tell you right then and there how Chris Jericho is perceived in the year of 2024. Mariah May won the world title, defeating the former champion Toni Storm. This was a really good match. The ending was definitely poetic in a sense, very story driven. Mariah May even slapped her own mother, and I was like, "Yo, she slapped her mother! Like that's crazy. Her own mother she slapped." But she is the new AEW Women's World Champion, and it was the right call. Toni Storm had her moment, so it was Mariah's May moment. Like if Mariah May didn't win, then it just all this build up would have really been for nothing. And then Pac and the Blackpool Combat won the 4-way London, for the trios belt. So I guess that officially makes Pac an official member of the Blackpool Combat Club. I don't know how John Moxley is gonna feel about that because he's on vacation, but we'll see what happens when he comes back. But Pac obviously has some new friends now. Now that the Lucha Bros are most likely going to Stanford. So overall, man, AEW All In London, really good show. AEW once again, man, never disappoints when it comes to these pay-per-views, man. So we will definitely see what's next in store for AEW as a whole.